So Friends of Little Saigon, we are a nonprofit organization. We were founded in 2011. So we just celebrated 10 years. And our mission is to preserve and enhance the cultural, economic, and historic vitality of Little Saigon. And it was started around the time of massive redevelopment in the neighborhood, and a group of volunteer business owners came together to advocate for the preservation of the neighborhood and to make sure that any new developments and projects in the neighborhood were beneficial to the community, the people that have created this community and are still existing here, and just making sure that what comes in preserves the character and reflects the culture of who lives here, who works here, who comes here to shop and dine. And we've been around for over 10 years now, and we're continuing to do that work. We serve as an advocate. We do arts and cultural programming, and a lot of neighborhood planning.
Gotcha. Now, and you said that this building is like 1 year, it's like 1 year old, right?
Yeah. So our Little Saigon Creative Space, where we are today, we've been here since November of 2020. So we just had our 1 year anniversary, and this space came out of just hearing from the community for a long time that they wanted a place to gather and socialize and have a community anchor for the neighborhood. This is one way that we're doing that. So we partner with Hello M Cafe, who's at the front. They activate the storefront. They're a small business, young Vietnamese owners. And it's a great partnership because we get a lot of people coming in to visit, and then we also operate our programs out of here. We have our art gallery, we have our community library, we have our marketplace. All of those support Vietnamese and Asian Pacific Islander creatives. And then we have programs and events like what we have today, celebrating the Lunar New Year. So the entire pandemic has been really tough on the Asian American community, especially a lot of anti-Asian bias and xenophobia, especially against Chinese people because of the assumption that they're the reason for COVID-19 in the country. And so the Little Saigon and broader International District neighborhood experienced impacts of the pandemic before like the rest of the state and the country in terms of businesses seeing a decline in customers, just a lot less foot traffic in the neighborhood. So I would say about January, February of 2020, we took a big hit, and that meant that Lunar New Year was also pretty much not celebrated in the neighborhood in 2020. And then throughout the progression of the years, more instances of anti-Asian violence and hate speech. And I think what we did, we worked with partners who were more at the forefront of the work, helping to set up anti-Asian bias-like hotlines in case you have been a victim of a hate crime. So we didn't have a direct role in that, but we support our partners who do that work. Just making sure that we offer a space for community. We did a lot of COVID relief work, so making sure that, even if we're not able to respond directly to hate crimes, making sure that our businesses are able to stay open and operate and be safe. Yeah, it's really tough. I think most neighborhoods, especially ones that are predominantly like business districts, they've seen a big decline in business and people visiting and just walking on the sidewalks and activating the spaces. So that's hard for us. You see a lot of boards around the neighborhood, like plywood boards on the windows. And that just creates a sense of like it's closed. It's people don't feel as welcome as before. So we've done a lot with businesses to help them, encourage them to take their boards down, also offer ways to help them stay safe. And then, we've been working with our partners to also make sure that we have like events like this over cultural holidays. Last summer we relaunched our Celebrate Little Saigon event, which is an annual summer festival. We didn't hold it in 2020, but we came back in 2021. And that was really exciting because we were able to be outdoors, have a little bit of a block party, and people were really craving that. And then soon after, things got bad again. And then we're back here, and we really wanted to do something for Lunar New Year because we hadn't been able to celebrate in a big way. So instead of having like one big blowout event, we've had 3 weekends in a row of events. So last weekend we had cooking classes where we taught people how to make traditional Vietnamese Lunar New Year food. And then this weekend we have our Lunar New Year market where we have a florist here, we have specialty items, we have our muralist who's doing a live painting, all celebrating Vietnamese creatives and artists, and then we have a lion dance at noon.
Thank you.
I look forward to the food.
Okay.
Food is something that reminds me a lot of growing up. I moved to Seattle in 2015, and so getting to be part of this community has allowed me to reconnect with my culture in a way that I kind of took for granted when I was growing up with my family and my Vietnamese extended family.
Okay.
So now that I'm an adult and I can be more thoughtful about the food I make or the food that I buy, I've been doing a lot to try to preserve traditions through food.